Watch this if you have not bought a property in 2024. Now, many property buyers are asking us, will property prices fall in 2024? So before we answer that, do you know how many key factors are there that affects future property prices? Now, what if I tell you that there are 3 key factors, and the first key factor is population. Did you know that the Singapore population increased by 470,000, and this happens in only the last 2 years? Now, the more important question to ask yourself is, where are this 470,000 new population going to end up? Is there going to be a roof over their head? Do they need a new home? That is why when population moves into a country or an area, the property prices will follow, as you can see in this chart. So when population increase, prices increase as well. In fact, this increase in population is not a one-time deal. So if you look at the population white paper in 2013, our population is projected to go all the way to 6.9 million by the time 2030 comes around. And even if 6.9 million is a target that's too far-fetched to reach, if we taper off that projection to 6.5 million population by 2030, you are expecting an increase in population by 83,000 every single year. So my question for you is this: will there be enough homes for this 83,000 increase in population? Which brings me to factor number 2, supply and demand. So let's figure out the demand of homes with a very simple math calculation. So according to Singapore statistics, our average household size is 3.09, and if we divide that number by the population increase of 83,000, that gives us a home that we need to be 26,800 homes, and that forms the demand every single year. So the logical question that one will ask next is there enough supply to cater to that 26,800 homes that is the demand? Now, supply can come from 2 main areas, HDB and private. And according to HDB, they are going to be building in the pipeline 100,000 homes in 5 years. That gives us an average of 20,000 homes every single year. But you say we need 26,800 homes, right? So where the shortfall going to come from? It's probably going to come from the private homes. And according to our last year, 2023, the private home stands around 19,000, which seems to be fair calculation, and it seems that the supply will be able to meet the demand. But if you look closely at the TOP of private homes, you can see that after 2023, from 2024 onwards, the supply will begin to taper off and go as low as 5,000, even 4,000 homes moving forward. So if you do a simple math, the supply will seem to fall below the demand of 26,800 homes that is needed moving forward from 2024. And the logical question that you should be asking is, when demand is more than supply, what is going to happen to the price? And finally, factor number 3 that affects future property price is land price. Property price is actually consists of these 6 components, which is the land cost, the construction cost, the financing cost, the professional cost, the marketing cost, and the developer's profit. And up to 50% is made up by the land cost, which is why it is so important to look at that land cost when determining the future prices of a property. And that is the reason why new home prices are so closely tracked to the land cost. Now, I know what you are thinking, that in the future some developer might hit the jackpot and be able to tender at a fluke price. But what if I tell you that it has already happened? Now, the recent land bid of the Marina Gardens Crescent was actually rejected by the government because the tender that came in was 30% lower than the neighboring land price. So clearly you can tell that the government wants the prices to maintain at a certain level, and they definitely do not want any tenders to come in at a fluke price. So do you think that you can still able to get a jackpot cheap property just because some developer managed somehow to get a land at a fluke price? So the $1,000,000 question is, what should you do next? And it will not be fair to you if I give you a generic answer in this video. And if you want to learn more what you can do next, you can simply connect with me and my team, link in the bio and description. And this is Pete helping you take the next step with Singapore Property Pro. I'll see you in the next video.